let's go ahead and get into that movie that we got to do right now. We're just going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste everybody's time. We want to talk about movies, especially one movie in particular that y'all want to talk about. You remember that shit, Cameo?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, who the fuck are these niggas? No, every time they talked about Doctor Strange, I said, man, I wish that could be in the soundtrack. These dudes is an old band. They're the dudes that did Word Out.
Everybody knows that song.
Word, that's all. But they did a song called Strange back in the day.
And I like it. And I like it.
What a quick cut right there.
Yeah, he's all coked up and I like it. Ain't even singing no more. I thought that and seriously, I wish they could have put this in the movie because when Doctor Strange put on that pimp cape, that shit goes so well. Like if they replaced the she with he, that shit works perfectly, man. He's strange, just the way he is. Strange. He's strange.
Turn into a blaxploitation film.
Turn into a blaxploitation film, man. Yeah. Tell me that cape don't make that shit work.
It's very close to the cape that Blackula wore.
Yeah, it sure is, man. I think he took that shit from him.
They're gonna give me this goddamn. You done with this? Come on now.
Finish with that shit. But people, we are talking about the Doctor himself, Doctor Strange. A lot of people say, who the fuck is that? Because, if you ain't in the comics, then that's one of them B, C-list heroes back then. I want to see people. I want to see heroes.
He's more of a B.
Yeah, I'll give that. I give him a B. But a lot of people are like, man, I want to see heroes. I don't want to see no goddamn magician running around the city. but
Don't you have a Harry Potter movie coming out already?
Exactly. You're too old for this shit. Take that shit off. But hey, don't mess with him though, because he's the Sorcerer Supreme. Somebody say y'all ordered that Taco Bell the other day. But we have Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, and he started out as an almost genius neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
And the problem with him, though, is that he had too much of an ego. Thought he was untouchable. See, that fool thought he could text and drive at the same time.
the simplest of things.
That's what did him in. That's
Really?
Really?
That's it. I mean, also, speeding in his car on a wet road around a curb on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, he's sitting up there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's actually trying to do surgery on his phone.
So Spider-Man got bit by a spider, and this dude got his powers from texting. It was
From
just,
texting, yeah.
That's how
There
it
it is. Like Life said, yeah, fuck you in your hands.
Life said, your hands in particular.
Yeah. And had his ass laid up, looking like a bitch. Look at him. Oh, what happened?
I was sending a dick.
Yeah, you sending a dick pic to Tony Stark and shit.
And the irony is that he's the one surgeon who could have fixed himself up in such a way that he would have been all right.
Yeah, nobody had the skills that he had. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. Looking at
It was time.
I had hands. Give me back my hands. But the deal with him is that he was so desperate to find some sort of way to fix himself, to get him back to being the professional surgeon that he was, that he went to a magical monk monastery. In that place, they were saying, yeah, we can fix it. And they told him, yeah, we'll do it by the miracle of magic. He's like, get the fuck out of here with that. And then they started showing him all the lights, the colors and shit.
He's like, oh, you don't believe?
Once they knocked his ass into space, he's like,
They took him on an acid trip.
That's what
they did. They did.
Lights and colors.
Man, there's a 5-minute sequence where they tripped him the fuck out. And he came back and said, please
I'll suck your dick.
yeah, and through the training and studying that he did to be a great surgeon, the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton here, recognized that those same skills and that discipline could be applied to being a great sorcerer too. And just like a lot of Marvel movies, they try to explain this by saying, look, they don't like to use that word maggots, man.
Maggots. They don't like that word either, though.
They don't like to use that word magic anymore.
Right.
They would.
So you're saying it's magic? No, it's science.
They actually can't even say that shit themselves. They say, so this is really magic. Like, well, it's energy and shit you pull out from the air and make patterns and shit. But just call it magic just to make it easy. That's what other people say. And the deal with this is that this is a great cast that they have in this film right here.
Phenomenal.
You have an A-list cast delivering a classic origin story. You know, and origin stories are always great because, you know, that's where you see the hero being flawed and fucking up and being full of himself, full of hubris, and you know, and we get to see that arc of the character going through some changes. He's humbled, and that's what makes him come back as somebody who's more human and cares about humankind more.
Well, also, it's your best chance to feel like you yourself are on that journey, where you have a window and you're like, okay, this is how this could happen to me.
Well, that's when the character is relatable to us. You know, we get carried on that journey where, you know, this is what we would want to happen to us if we were superheroes. You know,
Yeah.
hey, I'm fucked up right now. If I was a hero, I'd be there tonight.
I got a limp. What
Yeah,
about
no,
me?
yeah. No, I'm an asshole. Yeah, you still gonna be an asshole.
So is he another Tony Stark type though, or
That's exactly it, man. This goes back to what made Iron Man so great. Iron Man was so great because Tony Stark was a person who had a lot of ego. He was somewhat of a jackass, and then all of a sudden he had to learn the hard way. You know, life came in and said, okay, I'm gonna fix your ass. And that's kind of what happens here. The thing that's different though is that Stephen Strange is his name before he's the Doctor Strange, you know, that we know. And Stephen Strange is a guy that he's really not as much of an asshole like Tony Stark was.
Yeah, he's really not.
He actually cares about people. You can see him like in the movie. He really does. He does it because yes, he wants to be a great surgeon. He wants to pull some ass every now and then. But the thing is, he's a good guy who cares about humanity. That's why he wants to be a great doctor. He just can't stop talking shit. You know, that's the only thing. Now, here's the thing with this movie. There's been a lot of controversy, and you know, I'm not going to even try to wait to address this. It's Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. I believe I never read Doctor Strange. I only knew him when he came in the Hulk or something, you know. And I was like,
Sure.
why is this fucking pimp right here, you know? But the Ancient One, he was an Asian in the comic, and a lot of people start coming in and talking about whitewashing once Tilda Swinton was cast. Here's the thing: I'm not going to put it all on Tilda Swinton because there is no whitewashing going on in this movie at all. They threw a whole load of colors in that washing machine right there. I mean, to be fair, if Asian people want to complain, you do have a right to complain. I think I'm not going to dismiss that because there are scenes in the movie where there's training and they have one Asian dude in the back looking like, well, these black and brown people come from, you know, everybody, it's like a multicultural thing going on in this monastery that they're in. And, you know, and the only Asian dude they got, well, he's just working in the library, you know, through most of it. I'm not saying it's a problem, but a lot of people really do want to put it on Tilda Swinton, and they want to say that she's doing that. And I think, you know, if there is a problem to be had, is that Marvel really did try to come in and make it multicultural.
Also that character who's the librarian, he has a beefier role than he does in the comics, where he's Doctor Strange's butler.
But I will tell you this much. I don't want to rag on Tilda Swinton either because she's actually great, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by A-list actors. Like Marvel gets these people to come in and take this shit seriously. You know, and really,
Oh, there's some comic book shit? No, you're fired.
yeah, like this. Really, if you want to pull it back, it's a comic book. It's some silly shit, but what makes it enjoyable is because these actors are taking it real, and Tilda Swinton really does raise us up a level.
I do not believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief. There is no such thing as spirit.
He like, oh, he about to get his ass whooped. What I for? Like, why he say that shit? She's the last motherfucker that said that.
I see through you.
Who you putting your fingers on? Boy, you ever had an ass whooping that? You ever had an ass whooping that knocked you out your body?
I'll knock you in that whole I'll knock you the next week. It's like,
Yeah, you sure did. If you look in the back, there's a calendar right back there. Knocked him out of his body. And you know something? That's where we get into what everybody is talking about right here. And you know what? And like I said, I really love Tilda Swinton in this movie because she's somebody that is when they made her the Ancient One, she's just weird looking. She looks like somebody from another dimension. When you cut that woman's hair, she starts looking crazy. I had Sam make her because all I could see was Charlie Brown when I saw it. But
that's the weirdest looking Charlie Brown.
Yeah, of course it is. But I still bet she could play that shit. Put that squiggle on his head or her head.
Good grief.
Good grief. You blockhead Strange. But
You make it look like Voldemort's sister.
Voldemort when he was 8. I ain't want a cookie, Mom. But you know, when you saw those special effects right there, that's what everybody is really wanting to see this movie for. They're talking about, man, these look so trippy. These things, these images. It's like Inception on LSD. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is crazy. Now, the thing is that okay, this is a Marvel movie. We know we're going to get big special effects in this. We know that they're going to look great. We know the money's there. And they could really get by just on some of these kaleidoscopes effects, some of these effects of cities folding in on each other. They could probably just get by with that. But where they go the extra mile here is that this is where this is something. I don't know if Martin, you agree with me, but this is where Marvel really is trying to push things in a different direction, whether it be with the story or with their effects, because they're not just showing you the effects here. Scott Derrickson, man, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't crazy about when the Day the Earth Stood Still, his remake. I wasn't even crazy about Sinister, to be honest with you. You know, I thought it was okay. And I thought a lot of it because, you know, he's one of those directors who's doing these, especially when we start getting the horror, it's like, okay, now you're doing the micro budget of horror movies and whatnot. Sure. For him to come in and take a big budget film like this and work with the special effects team, because the special effects team, they need to be given tons of credit here.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I feel like they got the Oscar wrapped up.
They work together not just to make special effects, but this is one of the most imaginative ways that I've seen special effects mixed in with live action and the story here. The way they do it is almost slapstick because there's a lot of humor in the movie. And like in this scene that I'm going to show you right here, you can see where they have all these trippy effects used against the villains that are better yet, in humorous ways, used against Doctor Strange himself. This is really one of the best scenes in the movie right here. Like, where the fuck got him doing a running man? Like, where you think you going? Oh, pop you in your mouth, motherfucker. You whoop that head right there.
Whips work.
I know. Shit, Indiana Jones on the side talking about, shit, Strange. Let's make our next movie together. You know, it's if you're looking at that clip right there, you see how many things are working together at the same time. There is humor there, but it's also really thrilling.
Yeah.
And they use, like Inception, you saw how they turned the room around physically. Mm-hmm. This is digital, and I don't know how they got it so naturally looking. Like these physics look like they work. The way these people are running up the wall, up the ceiling, it's seamless, man. This is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that as being one of the best scenes of the movie, but there's really like another huge scene with them outside running through the city, where it's all folding and it's mirrors and gravity is going back and forth. And yeah, everybody who saw just that little bit and thought it, like you say, oh, it's like Inception. It's like, man, no, it's Inception exponentially.
But when I say that they use a lot of imagination in this movie, there's shit that I can tell you about, and you can yell spoiler all you want to. You're not going to know until you see the movie. There's a lot of creative shit that they do in this movie that really. They're inspired. That scene where they were in the where well, I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna say that there's a scene where they're fighting in another dimension while shit is going on in the real world.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I ain't spoiled nothing. Y'all looking like
I'm gonna see this movie on Saturday. We're like, damn it, Korey.
Y'all looking like see no evil, speak no evil. You know, like, you ain't got a couple years. I'm just saying.
Man.
There are layers upon layers of action in this. Like there are things going on simultaneously where if this was just a standard action movie, they would be satisfied with that one layer of action. Because I know y'all, man, your friend is in this. You stuck in dick now. No, look, I would say this if we didn't know anybody in the movie. I'm telling you this. And I'm telling you that because I have some flaws with the film too. I mean, I'm getting all the good shit out the way because y'all know me. You know, those two words, Marvel and bitch, go simultaneously with me. I say that all the time.
Gotta get it out there.
Gotta get it out there. I say that, but I would tell you, the problem with a movie like this, where they do it, where there are things that they do so well, starting to see now. We got to that point. I dreaded the day, Martin. We got to that point where the formula is starting to show.
I was gonna say, it's like I really like this movie, but thought I was gonna absolutely love it. And it was because of two main things. Yes, like toward the end, the formula starts to show. But also a lot of it is that it moves too fast.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff in the beginning with his origin, like they jumped to him doing magic so quickly. I was like, man, I actually wanted to spend more time just getting to know him and his world and what that was all about.
I didn't want to say it, but I was like, God damn, they gave this motherfucker VIP access to this monastery in no time. He was there for a week. They talking about people trained for years. He trained for, like, he must have got on an online course or something, man.
I mean, I don't think it was a week, but it did seem awfully fast. I mean, they explained it that, hey, he's got this superior skill already, that made him such a great surgeon. But it just, you know, I mean, it goes from point to point to point. It's almost like they say, like, look, you know how this goes. And I'm like, yeah, I know how it goes, but I want you to like really sit me down and tell it your way.
Make some love with me, man. I want to make love.
Ease me into this. Come on, let's talk. Let me know you before we do it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, play with my balls a little bit. You know, this is Doctor Strange. This ain't Ant-Man. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have another problem here that I've been talking about with Marvel, and it's beginning to show. Actually, it's just kind of 50-50 now. You might make a movie where you get a villain that is great, and sometimes you get a villain that just don't give a fuck. You know,
That's always kind of interesting going in. How was the villains in this? Because that's always kind of my gripe with Marvel.
But not enough time is spent getting to know him and what he's all about.
yeah, for some now the villain in this is played by Mads Mikkelsen. Is that for somebody who's named Mads? He really ain't that angry. You know,
Perturbed.
yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. If you've seen this guy, what's the villain's name in the movie? Do you know the villain's name? I forgot.
I don't know. It's something
Neon Demon.
It was something Italian, like Castellano. Or,
Jigsaw eyes or
Jigsaw.
something. Yeah, you know,
Reptile.
yeah, scaly eyes. You know, cirrhosis of the eye. You know, they had the villain that he is. He really is just saying dialogue. Mads Mikkelsen is cool. I love him on Hannibal, but he's supposed to be cool. But I'm like, God damn, show some emotion in this. Do something.
Well, like the way he is so creepy on Hannibal, that's more something for a slower pace where he can really, you know, let it out over time. Where you kind of like, ooh, I'm getting these. But this is just moving too quickly for him to do that.
Yeah, there's nothing for this character to do, and it really shows because he's the main villain. Really, I mean, there's something else you'll see in the movie, but he's really the main villain. And for the main villain, he's more of a supporting character. And there are supporting characters who actually do better than him.
Yeah.
How do you? No, I say
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel. God damn.
Damn, man. With the choo-choo-choo.
That's right, man.
D's.
Yeah, man.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Move to a Star Wars movie with that shit, you know. So you need to be in the Star Wars cantina with this shit, man. Chiwetel Ejiofor. Okay, what you know in the movie, he's a supporting character. Mordo. Mordo.
Which in the comics, he's one of Doctor Strange's mortal enemies.
Yeah, Count Mordo. And in the movie, this actor's taking this role seriously. He is doing Shakespeare.
He's doing Shakespeare.
There's scenes where he says, "Strange, I am willing to die for this, and you have no spine." It was like, God damn, settle down, man.
Where'd that skull come from?
Yeah, exactly. It's Marvel, man. You know, I appreciate it. But with Mads Mikkelsen, I'm just saying my life.
This world.
And it's like,
That's probably because he couldn't see.
yeah, you know,
It's sort of just like the Age of Ultron dialogue too. I mean, it all kind of runs together at this point.
it is.
so.
The villain is weak, and like I said, not only is Chiwetel Ejiofor, not only is he acting, yeah, that's as close we're gonna get. Not only is he great in the dramatic parts, but you know he's got some real charm in the funny parts too.
Oh, yeah.
What's this, my mantra? It's the Wi-Fi password. We're not savages.
You know, he shut that door and was like, nailed it.
I ain't gonna lie. When we saw that in the preview, I was saying that in my head all day long.
he delivered that, man. When you had that character there,
Savages.
yeah, we're not. He should have looked at the camera. Savages. You know, later, y'all. But you know, he's that guy's delivery is great in the movie, and so when you have somebody supposed to be the villain who's compared to him, it shows, man. It shows that it's pretty weak.
I know sometimes with some of these, I'll watch and I'll be like, yeah, that was good. And then later I watch, I go, and I end up loving it later. And that could totally be the case with this. Because it's so much of it's good. Like, yeah, I go ahead and say it's definitely a full price movie. And I definitely recommend seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah.
I was only upset that they set us where they did when we saw it the second time in IMAX. Because I have a certain spot where I like to sit where I'm engulfed by the movie. And
by
really
the
into-
screen.
pretty much. And here I felt like I was like watching it from a distance. I was like, I'm not getting the effect I want.
Mr. Thomas, how can we?
See, I didn't feel that. I felt like where I was catching everything, and that was perfect for me.
Oh, I don't mind where
part.
I'm just missing a little bit of that because my brain fills it in.
Well, what did you give? You said full price?
Yeah, I'd give it full price.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could get some mushrooms, I'd go watch it a third time.
I've been warning people not to do that, but man, maybe you and me might have to take a trip to see the movie again.
Never seen
Magic
again.
carpet.
That's what we never. You can end up in a
One of us. One of us.
crap.
Because even like that last big fight, it was pretty trippy with all the colors and
Oh
everything
yeah.
that goes on.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking about you hooking me up, man. I'm thinking about you doing this to me, Korey, when we go see it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Korey. Thank you. Knocking me out my body.
He was on the ground foaming.
Yeah.
There you go.
But the thing with this is that it is trying something different. And I just wanted to hear what you were going to say, Mark, because I felt like I was talking a lot, but it seemed like we're thinking the same thing. And that is that while it's trying to go out there and be bold and push its boundaries, it is caught by that safety net of the corporate formula, the corporate structure. And that's the thing that's holding it back. And it's pushing as much as it can, but that mouse is saying, wait a minute. And it's not letting them do it, man. There's only so far that they can push. It's not Netflix that they're within the PG-13 area. They want to sell some stuff, so they're not going to go that far. But as far as what they're trying to do, I'm impressed, man. I'm really impressed, and I'm going to give it a full price. It's kind of a low full price, but I do like this a lot.
Yeah.
I like this.
I like it.
I like it. Jerry Curl was dripping and grew out and shit. You know what? I admire them too because that's what Marvel is great. Marvel is great at getting those B-list, C-list characters and somehow making something out of them.
True.
Making you love them because they try to do some shit. We showed this last time. They tried to do some shit with Doctor Strange back in the 70s, and people are like, no, hell no, we ain't watching this shit.
Nothing Stephen Strange learned in medical school could prepare him for an attack by an evil sorceress. Fourth dimension. A villainess can only be stopped by an earthly master of the mystic arts. Now it's up to Stephen Strange to take the place of the Earth's last sorcerer.
Don't let this happen to you.
Yeah. Stephen Strange coming to a spook house near you. That shit, I showed y'all some scenes. It was funny how they made that back in the day because I wouldn't watch this again. Because you can watch the whole movie on YouTube and there are so many, maybe I just watched too much 70s porn, but there are so many scenes where it looks
That's what I was thinking. It kind of looked like some porn.
Well, he's got that porn stash.
Oh yeah.
and they gave him that perm.
Yeah.
Like, he's got that slicked hair back in the comics. He's got like a perm and it's got that mini Jufro and but they said
Perms were popular back then.
back
For white
then,
dudes.
back in the day, that John Holmes look. But this movie, there's certain scenes where you expect them to actually go in and just start fucking right there on camera. Open this door.
Well, you gonna let me in?
She's like, now you looking creepy to that crack right there.
Come on in.
Oh, turtleneck
Oh
gang.
shit.
Coming there looking like Gru from Despicable Me.
Thank you. You look wet.
He's like, so do you. So yeah, people, for them to pull off the miracle with what they did today compared to Perm Strange, it's
Some grindhouse shit.
yes, I like it a lot. GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly has given me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.